Now, to achieve justice in the killing of journalists, three leading press freedom groups have launched a People's Tribunal to hold governments to account. For more on this story, we can go across to France 24's Fernand Van Tet standing by in The Hague, where this People's Tribunal has just been launched. Fernand, why is this tribunal necessary?
Well, as you just heard, Delano, 1,400 journalists killed over the past 30 years. And the groups that are organizing this say the impunity is scandalous. Only 8 out of 10 journalists that are murdered, nothing is done. That means no investigation is opened. Even if loved ones push for that, there is just total impunity. There is no result for these murders. And these groups say that that has to stop. Now, because these murders happen across the world, they can easily be forgotten. And the Committee to Protect Journalists, Reporters Without Borders, and Free Press Unlimited have combined forces to start this People's Tribunal to call attention, really, to that. Now, a People's Tribunal, it's a very old way to call attention to an issue. It started in 1966 when there was a war crimes tribunal for Vietnam. And so it's really about calling attention to these crimes and to end what one speaker here called today the crime of silence.
And what is happening today where you are?
So we heard an opening statement from the prosecutor. They are focusing on 3 murders of journalists that they say are really emblematic for the impunity of these crimes. They're focusing on murders of a journalist in Mexico, in Sri Lanka, and in Syria. Now, these are not being discussed today. There will be separate hearings for these cases. There'll be 5 hearings over the next 6 months. Today, we're really hearing personal stories from journalists who have been caught up in this. We're hearing from Maria Ressa, the Nobel Prize-winning journalist from the Philippines. She'll be talking about the threat she faces for her journalism. We'll be hearing from the fiancé from Jamal Khashoggi, the Saudi Arabian journalist who was killed, about the obstacles she's faced in trying to obtain justice. And we just heard from a Slovak colleague of the murdered journalist Jan Kasich about how she managed to mobilize people in the aftermath of his death, and how that actually did lead to action, how people went to the streets, and that led to the fall of the government, the resignation of the government and the police chief in Slovakia. So a few words of hope as well, but these sessions will continue over the next 6 months with a verdict due in May.
Fernand, thank you very much for that update. Fernand Van Tet reporting there from The Hague.